So good morning students, this is our second topic of the same chapter, state of the matter. So in our first topic we have already read that there are three states of the matter: solid, liquid and gases. So here we are going to read changes in the state of the matter. So what changes in the state of the matter? We'll read here. We know that matter exists in three states. It can change from one state to another. So like ice is in solid state, and if you are melting it, then it will change in liquid state. Okay, so this is how a matter changes from one state to another. Change of the state between solid and liquid. If a tray of the ice from the refrigerator is taken out and left outside for some time, what do you think will happen? If you are pulling out or taking out ice tray from refrigerator and you are putting it on the table on the room temperature, in the room temperature, so what will happen after some time? The ice will melt. So this is the change in state of matter, means ice is in solid state and it is changing into liquid state. After some time the ice will melt into the water. In other words, you can say that a solid changes into liquid on heating. Okay, any solid can be changed into liquid on heating in different temperature. The process by which a solid changes to a liquid is known as melting. So by melting, this process of changing the solid and liquid is called a melting. The melting point is the temperature at which a solid changes into the liquid. Most solids melt when heated up to their melting point. So all the things, all the solid object has their own melting point. Like ice melt in room temperature. Some solid like plastic, it melt in different temperature, or iron or any other metal melt in different temperature. So every substance has a unique melting point. This means that different solid melt at different temperature. The melting point of the ice is 0 degrees Celsius. So in 0 degrees Celsius ice could melt. So this means that ice will melt whenever the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius or more. So in the 0 degrees Celsius or temperature is more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. So ice can easily melt. It is totally up to the temperature of the room. If this same tray filled with water is placed back into the freezer, the water will change into ice. So in the next step, what you have to do, you have to take a tray and you have to fill the water in that tray and you have to put it into the freezer. So what will happen? After some time, the water will be freeze. This process by which a liquid changes into a solid is known as the freezing. The freezing point is the temperature at which liquid changes into the solid. So we have already read about the melting point. Melting point is a point or temperature at which the solid melt down. So freezing point is the temperature at which liquid changes into solid, like water changes into ice in a particular temperature. If we want to change the state of the liquid to solid, we have to cool it. So we have to cool to change in solid. Like if you want to change the water into ice, then you have to freeze it. You have to decrease the temperature. So every liquid has its unique freezing point. The freezing point of the water is 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the freezer is kept at the temperature less than 0 degrees Celsius, which freeze water into ice. So at which temperature you can freeze the water? So we can freeze the water in 0 degrees Celsius, or temperature should be below 0. Below 0 like -2, -10, -20. Okay, so you can easily freeze the ice. Melting point of coconut oil is around 24 degrees Celsius. It freezes in winter because the room temperature falls below 24 degrees Celsius. So melting point of coconut oil is different, that it freeze at a particular temperature, and if you want to melt the coconut oil, so you need a 24 degrees Celsius temperature. So it will be easy for the coconut oil to melt in summer. So this is how a state of matter change from one form to another. So this is our second topic, and after completing our second topic You have to read it again. And now in our next video, we will start our third topic.